Hey y'all, welcome to my top 30 games of the year. I don't usually do these type of videos of the top 10 videos, but I wanted to for sure let you know that this is literally the 30 games I personally enjoyed and really would like to play this year, and games that I just feel like were better than others. There's been a lot of games I did not mention and will not be on the list. I will say that. So let's do an honorable mentions for a big list that will not be on the list. So here's some games that will not be on the list of top 30 through 1. We got Owlboy, Attack on Titan 2, Valkyria Chronicles 4, Penny Punching Princesses, The Witch and the 100 Knight 2, Pokemon Quest, Persona 3 and 5 Dancing in the Moonlight / Starlight, Mega Man X Legacy Collection, WarioWare Gold, We Happy Few, Dragon Quest XI, Katamari Damacy Reroll, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, Darksiders 3, Moonlighter, Soul Calibur 6, Dark Souls Remastered, Black Clover, Quartet Knights, SNK Heroines, Yakuza 2, Monster Hunter Generation Ultimate, and a few more, but those are the ones I feel like. Oh, and Ni no Kuni 2. A lot of those games could have been on the list for a few details or not. I took some off because I feel like they weren't as great, but it's gonna be a crazy one. Again, hopefully you guys enjoy this. It's literally the top 10 games of the year for me. That's it. So it lets you know Spyro is a top 10 contender. I'll say that. But have to wait and see. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Okay? Bye-bye.
Get a load of this! I'm not done yet!
Number 30, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. So when this came out, I was actually kind of excited, but the thing, there was actually like few games coming out the same week as in Monster Hunter World and Dragon Ball FighterZ, but that didn't really discourage me by the game, of course. But the game, I was actually more surprised. I was liking it more than I thought I was originally going to be, because, well, yes, it's basically somewhat of a remake and or a little bit of a sequel to the Dissidia game on the PSP, including the 12 one on the PSP as well, because they're both kind of a remake of that. But I was liking it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't held up all that much, but it has held up in a way when I actually did play it online for a while, and did play a little bit of the story, just so I can play online for a while. But I mean, I was liking it. It gets me a little bit more interested into Final Fantasy, thanks to Final Fantasy 15 from the previous year. I believe it was last previous year, if not the year before that. But regardlessly, I was liking it a lot just for trying it out, and I own the game. I wish I had the steelbook of the game, but hey, at least it's barely made it onto my list for me to even acknowledge it, because I was going to put something else on it, but I was like, you know what, I actually had fun with this one. Probably not going to talk about Final Fantasy as much this year, because it's really not much other than Pocket 15 edition, but I didn't really like that one. I mean, I did like it because it was on the Switch, but, you know, it's not top 10 game of the year, which is a 30 anyways. But anyways, let's go on to the next one. Alright, number 29 is Sea of Thieves. So I was actually surprised myself personally. So I've actually been playing this as of lately thanks to, well, two reasons. My friends Daniel, Scott, and Anthony. Anthony, you might have seen him on some videos as of Gears of War related videos, as in Zombie Dog XC Triple I, or Triple I, Triple I, is it Triple I? Yeah, Triple I, which is 93. And of course, my friends Daniel and Scott, being Scott Man something, I won't say his numbers, and including Daniel being Twitch Dog or whatever he is nowadays. I don't remember. He's always changing it up for forsaken something. Anyways, so Sea of Thieves, it came out this year, of course, and at first I was like, yeah, it looks interesting. And when it first came out, I wasn't that like pleased with it. I wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna for sure get it, you know, because that price tag was pretty up there, and it finally was dropping in prices around Black Friday, because that's the only reason why I was getting it. Including I wanted to play with my friends because I've been playing it for a while now, and I'm actually kind of getting into it. But I have to say, the only thing that's a big bummer for me is that it has to be Xbox Live only. Why? I mean, this game does not have to be Xbox Live alone. I mean, you can play single player by yourself, yeah, but you have to have a server open. That's kind of freaking dumb. So, as much as I'm liking the game about, you know, you have to get inventory, like, to heal yourself with a banana, get some cannonballs, get certain things in the game, I just didn't like it. They have to be on Xbox Live all the time to play this game, which, realistically, you don't have to have it on Xbox Live the whole time, because it's just dumb, because, realistically, they don't have to have it like that. If there was no servers and you said no server or something like that, and you could just play all by yourself, you could do that, and maybe it'll give you like a certain amount of quests that you could do that's not online. But again, that's just pretty dumb that it made it online in the first place. But again, the game is fun, and that's why I have it right here, number 29. Number 28, another fun game. You don't have to play online. You actually play for yourself. It's Super Mario Party. So Super Mario Party, again, it's better than Sea of Thieves, I'll say that for sure. Like, you don't have to be online. You can be online, but the only problem is with the online is that you can only play mini games. You cannot play the board games. Why? I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't make no sense. If they just made the online for friends only and not public, because I get the whole idea that people want to quit out of the public, you know, board game, because, you know, they might be losing or rage quitting or whatever they're doing, or just have to leave for some reason. I get that, but if it makes it friends only, like, you could talk to them, especially on a Nintendo online application they have for us, we could talk to them there, and it'd be like a whole good idea thing. But yet Nintendo doesn't realize that we can do that with our friends on our, you know, friends list. And yet again, they don't do that. They just make us do mini games, which is, yeah, it's fun for some, which is like very little. But if you're a diehard Mario Party fan since the N64 GameCube days, yeah, of course you want the whole board game, not just the mini game. So, I mean, it's kind of reversed from Sea of Thieves. You could do a lot online, but you have no single player by yourself. Make notes, okay? Make notes. Next year, Ultra Mario Party or some shit, okay? Okay? Alright, let's just get on to the next number. Alright, number 27. Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. Now, I have this on the list. I've been in a few other anime games, as in like Black Clover, the Seven Deadly Sins, and a few others. I can't remember right this moment in time. But for this game, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have this one. I've actually played the demo on a Japanese PS4 account, and I liked for what I was playing. I don't understand it, of course it's Japanese, but I think I will appreciate this game more if I watch the anime. Because again, this is for fans who really loved Fist of the North Star. So I would love to tell you to, like, hey, go talk to my friend XX Dragon Ball Z X4X. It's a big shout out for you, man. Or just follow him on Twitter, but I'm not gonna say his Twitter because he might not like that. But who knows? If he does, everybody, if you want to know his Twitter account, just tell me in the comments below right now what is his Twitter account, and I will ask him if it's okay or not. So, regardlessly, I feel like it's a big game for the fans, and I'm not that big of a fan because I have never seen a single episode of Fist of the North Star, especially from the beginning on towards the whatever newer versions there are. I've never played really any of them. I know there's a Fist of the North Star game on the 360, which I should have bought a long time ago for like $6 or something like that. I kind of regret that, but again, I want to go back in the day and go get them now. So, thanks to this game, it's making me appreciate Fist of the North Star even more, especially for my friend XX Dragon Ball Z X4X. That's been making me appreciate it more this year. And if they did release a JoJo Bizarre Adventure this year, I would have highly recommend that game too. But it came out like a year or two prior. Go check out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Eyes to Heaven. If not, go play JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on the PS3, except for what it's called. Alright, that's enough shout out and promoting, so let's just get on to the next one. Number 26, we got the Skya 1 complete for the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox. I don't know why I said that, but regardlessly, I think this is literally the best definitive remastered remake game for the Skya 1. There's been so many remakes, rehashes, reversions of the Skya, the first game on the PS2. Since then, there's been on this course PS2. There's been on PSP, like twice. Like there's like the darkness and the light one. I don't really know what's the difference. Then there's one on DS, and I'm pretty sure there's one in Japan. I don't remember what it was for. There's been on like iOS, I believe, but regardless to 100%, I have to say, yeah. This Disgaea 1 complete, as of course, is acknowledging because Disgaea 5 complete from the Switch from about a year or two ago. And Disgaea 1, yeah, I have to for sure say, if you like Laharo, you like the whole entire story of how, you know, over the top it is. I mean, they're the founders of over the top RPG. Realistically, there's been a few games after that I can think about, like Mugen Souls. That's just been over the top because it's been based off this Disgaea, or maybe it is from the same people that made Disgaea because it is from NIS America. So regardlessly, go try out Disgaea 1. You'll like it. If not, check out a trailer or just keep watching this video if you want to stay tuned for more. But again, it's only number 26. Let's get on to the next one. Alright, number 25 is Kirby Star Allies. Now, I've only have this right here. In a way, it sort of wouldn't be on the list, but then again, it is on the list because of certain reasons. So, it's actually fun. You don't have to really try. It's seriously a kid's game. Like, seriously, you can beat the game in like 5 hours or something. It's 4 players. It's just like Kirby's Return to Dreamland. It's really fun. It's really good, and that's the only reason that's on the list, because it's a lot like Return to Dreamland, because it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing either. But it's just okay for it to be on the list. Yes, there's some story. They're still adding DLC to the game to this day. But it shouldn't be as high as it is now. But I would have put Fist of the North Star above this and Disgaea. But the only reason I have Kirby Star Allies because it's 4 players. Really, it's fun. It's just simple. I feel like some games have to be simple to be put on a list sometimes. And again, you don't really have to try. We all know Kirby. We all know his abilities. This game is just a overall fun game. We don't have to think RPG. We don't have to think of anime fighting. We don't have to think about some freaking party games that you can play offline or online. Sea of Thieves, Mario Party, and we for sure don't have to, you know, decide if you're gonna like the whole franchise based off like 15. But again, I feel like it's just okay there. If not, it would have been like 1 or 2 lower. But that's it. Okay. Anyways, let's get on to the next one. Alright, number 24, we got, I think, it would have been the biggest anime game of the year for me personally. It would have been, but then I realized I had to play another game, and then I felt like that other game later on the list is a better game than this. But this game was actually really hyped for me. It is Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. Now, for Fatal Bullet here, I loved the anime. I know a lot of people hate Sword Art Online. I get it. The whole fandom. The whole... Which please our audience with filler, or not really filler, but fan service, that's the word. And I get that. I 100% get that. But this show, this series, this season, whatever you want to say, it's the one, you know, that really got me into wanting more of it. I mean, yeah, I loved Sword Art Online 1. I loved it a lot. Of course, I wanted to watch Sword Art Online 2, and it wasn't as great as 1, especially the Anticrad part. If you watch Elfheim, yeah, whatever. But this Gun Gale, that's kind of what really spiced it all up again, because, well, it had faith. Like, we could still keep going with Sword Art Online. And again, we did, because now we have Alicization, which I haven't really watched as much. And we have a whole 2 movies, which was the extended movie, whatever the hell it's called, where the girls just talk about their past experiences, and then we have Ordinal Scale, which, you know, there it is. But again, back to the game, it's fun. It's actually more funner, if that's even a word, better, funnest, I don't know, than the last 2. I mean, I gotta admit, Millennium Twilight and Hollow Realization wasn't as fun, especially, well, even though Millennium Twilight was funner than Hollow Realization, but I don't know if it was funner than Lost Song. But regardlessly, the first game was actually pretty okay, but Fatal Bullets kind of did it better, I have to say. I mean, you still have a chance to shoot, and you have the chance to fight like a normal swordsman. I like the whole idea. I feel like it was a better game. So, Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, yeah, I just feel like it was a way better game than what it is, and I felt like I had to give it a lot more credit, because the last years for Sword Art Online, it barely made the list, if I can remember that. So, let's get on to the next one. Number 23, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. Now, here is a little mini quick note. about this and about another entry that was going to be on here, but I decided not to because I had to put one on the list in my mind. I'm not doing the whole one list per franchise because I would be stupid and dumb. You know, I think I remember I did that this year. Who knows? I didn't add Yakuza 2, Kiwami, or Yakuza, whatever you want to say, because Yakuza 2 is a remake of a game that came out back on the PS2. I get that, but it's not really new. It really isn't. I know that, and I haven't really appreciated the Yakuza series all that well. And for whatever time I did play of Yakuza 6: The Song of Life, the demo, yeah, basing off the fucking demo, I actually really enjoyed because it actually made me laugh. There was moments that made me laugh in the game. I wasn't even expecting, even like the karaoke parts and the whole, like, you know, girls and whatever. But I was enjoying it. I really was actually enjoying it. But again, I haven't experienced the whole thing. Here's a little plug-in. Again, I would tell you guys to go talk to XX, Dragon Ball Z X4X, DBZ for short. Go talk to him instead. He's been loving that franchise this year. I would have to say. Again, maybe 2 is better than 6, maybe 6 is better than 2, but again, I gave it to 6 because it is technically a brand new game that came out for the first time ever, other than 2 being a remake. Even though, please keep in mind, there's a few games on this list later on that they are remakes, but I just couldn't say no to them, so I'm sorry. I know that's kind of destroying my whole entire perspective of this entry, but that's how I'm going off, so I'm sorry. You can do whatever you want in the comments below, dislike, like, whatever. But I'm sorry, again. Let's just get on to the next entry. Number 22, Starlink Battle for Atlas. I have to say the Star Fox edition for the Nintendo Switch. Why? Because that was literally the only reason people even bought Starlink Battle for Atlas. Not in a bad way, Ubisoft. Not in a bad way. The game itself is still actually really great. It's just that if you didn't throw in the Fox McCloud Star Fox part of the game in the Switch version, I don't think I would even really have it up this high. Maybe I would, but the whole Fox being in the game, it made it for me. It made me buy the whole bundle, the whole $75 one, which you can now get for like $30, $40 on sale as of a moment in time. And it's fun. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's an actual fun game. If this was an official licensed Star Fox game, I don't think anyone would say, oh my god, it is by Ubisoft, and this is like not a good game, but it is. They'll be like, dude, this is by Ubisoft, like holy shit, like this is a good game. I would have to give credit 100%, yeah, this is Star Fox. If it had no characters from the Starlink franchise, if it literally said Star Fox Battle for Atlas, I was fine. I'll be 100% good. It literally could have been anything, but yeah. Star Fox made it for what it is. The game is fucking amazing. You can go combat on the planet. You can go combat into space. It's just, you can play with the R-Wing. Like, holy shit. That made it alone for me. So, I'm sorry. I can go a little bit on for this, but I know we have to go on to the next and last entry for 30 to 21. So, here's the last one. Number 21, The World Ends With You Final Remix. Now, this game is basically an upscale port of the iOS game and Android, I believe, from 2016, 15. I don't really remember what year that came out, maybe 2014. I don't remember. For The World Ends With You. And, of course, the original game, The World Ends With You, came out on the Nintendo DS years ago, which I own on the DS, and that's actually playing that a long time ago, and I stopped for some who knows whatever reason. And I was really enjoying this. And when I was playing The World Ends With You Final Remix, yes, I was having a lot of fun. I'm not too exactly in the part where I left off in the DS version, but I'm getting there, and it's actually really good. I'm not gonna lie, it's really freaking good. Now, here's the one con, and it's probably the whole point of getting the Switch version. Do not play on console mode. Do not play it on TV mode, whatever you want to call it. I think the game is more superior on handheld mode because you have to on the dock mode, you have to do everything by the Joy-Con, and you have to kind of point and do your own thing, and it doesn't feel good. You play on handheld mode, it feels like you're playing your DS/iOS version of the game, and it feels just fine. It really does. The game is still fun. I love the soundtrack. I still love the story. Of course, I don't know the DLC part of the whole, Another Day or Another whatever it was called on the iOS version, but still, I liked what I'm playing. So, that's going to be number 21 for now. Again, these are the entries that didn't make the list, but next list, or next video, or even in like a few minutes if I have this also complete version, you'll be seeing number 20 through 11. So anyways, I'll see you guys until then. Okay?
Get a load of this.
Alright, so number 20 is the Secret of Mana HD on the PS4. So here's the thing. Yes, I highly praise the last few entries like The World Ends With You, and I get that. Some other ones like Super Mario Party and Yakuza 6. I know. Starlink and all those. But the thing is, with Secret of Mana, I didn't hate it. I mean, I get the whole thing, like people didn't like the music, or they didn't like the whole, they weren't talking. That was the biggest thing for a lot of people. They were talking, but the mouse weren't moving. I understand that, but if you get away from that, the game was actually good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably not better than the Super Nintendo version, but I have to admit that they put a lot of thought, a lot of try into this game. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually still pretty fun. I just have to say that I think I still prefer the Super Nintendo version, but this game is still good for what it is. I'm not gonna not put it lower because I think it's unsuperior from the Super Nintendo one, but I'm still gonna give it that opportunity because it still was good for what it is. It's a remake from like 20 years later, so come on. I mean, yeah, some remakes will be better than others, but this one was okay. I'm not gonna hate it. I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, it's like a $40 game, but still, it's still good. It's still good. So, fight me. No, want me to smash? No. All right. Anyways, let's get on to the next one. Number 19 is Detective Pikachu. Yeah, Detective Pikachu. I kind of had this a little bit less lower on my list when I was first making the list, but then when I was really come to think of it, I was like, I like the whole dynamic duo of, I think his name was James. I don't remember his name. James and Detective Pikachu kind of figuring out puzzles and kind of like, the whole humor of the whole game, which I'm liking a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, the movie trailer actually kind of boosts my enthusiasm. Like, you know what? Yeah, I want this a little bit higher on the list because I do think it's gonna be a pretty good movie. Because, this look really good. If you know what I'm talking about, look up Detective Pikachu movie trailer or whatever it is you want to look up, and it looks really fun. Like, straight up, it looks really fun. Just to watch. I'm like, yeah. But then the game, I know for a lot of people to like Detective Pikachu, like what the hell is that? Like a lot of people don't even know it's a game. A lot of people don't even know it's a game. A lot of people don't even know it's a fucking movie. But it looks really good. I gotta lie, the Pokemon fucking movie, really good. But the game, I think it was great when it first came out back in March. I think it's still gonna be really good when the movie finally comes out. So I'm just gonna say, here's a little plug for the movie. Go watch the Pokemon movie, even if it's out already or not. So. It's not at this moment in time, but when you're watching this in the future, it might be out. But get the game. It's still good. There's an amiibo for it. The Detective Pikachu fucking like bigger, like 2 times bigger or whatever than the original amiibo, but still, it's good. You'll like it. Sherlock Holmes. Too bad it's not Danny DeVito. All right, next one. All right, number 18 we got here is My Hero Academia Wants Justice. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't say Academia. I don't know why they don't put the word Academia. I don't give a shit if it's not part of the Academia fucking school. It's still literally the name of the series, My Hero Academia. So, My Hero Academia Wants Justice. Yeah, it's based off the whole first season of My Hero Academia. The game plays kind of like, if you played Tekken / Pokken Tournament, think of like Pokken Tournament mixed with some Naruto Naruto Storm gameplay. That's what it is. I like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's probably the highest rated anime game of the year for me, so I'm not lying, it was pretty fun. Again, My Hero Academia, I kind of really started getting into it like earlier this year, I believe, or it was like late last year. But I'm liking for what I was playing of it. It's not even that bad. Like, it's really good. I really do think it's probably the anime game of the year, if that's even a thing. But if not that, literally, it's just one more. There's actually, yeah, there is actually another one. My bad. This is like if the Godfather of anime wasn't in the list, this would make it, but it's not. So, I mean, there is. So, I mean, yeah. I'm gonna just shut up because you know what? Yeah, it's a fun game. Go get My Hero Wants Justice for Nintendo Switch or PS4 or whatever you want to get it for. But still, if you like fighting games and anime, that's one. You might get the last one later on. So next entry. Number 17, Fee or Fi or whatever you want to say how that name is, but I'm calling it Fee or Fi. I don't know. Fee, let's just call it Fee. So F-E, whatever this game is called. I actually didn't really know much about this game until later on in its lifespan. Because I literally like a hidden gems video for Nintendo Switch. Whoever made it. I think it was like Wood from Beat 'em Ups. But still, Fee, I kind of liked it. Yeah, I see some flaws in it, but for what it is, I like the whole. It has that like Halloween, not scary, but like shadowy kind of I don't know, not want to say forest. But it is a forest because it's in like a forest. But I don't know. I like the whole shadowy kind of environment. I like the whole like idea of like, you know, it can be twisted and dark, but also cool and awesome at the same time. I don't know. It's just it has that appeal of it for me, and I liked it. And of course, the whole gameplay. I mean, it wasn't the best. I played better platformers, but there wasn't really many platformers this year. Well, I mean, there kind of is, but there's some other ones that are just better in the list. I will say that, but I don't know. I liked it. It did remind me a little bit of like a Banjo-Kazooie kind of ukulele feel, just a little bit less because it wanted you to like really travel through the trees and all that a lot. It's just kind of a weird explanation how to really say what it is. It's just, I don't know. Watch not watch. I mean, you kind of are watching it, but I mean, watch the trailer. Kind of play it if you want to. It's just something that kind of really interested me this year, and it just kind of stuck with me. So it's one of the big indie games of the year that I personally liked. I mean, there's some other big ones that I liked a lot, like Celeste and stuff, but I don't know. Fee had that feel I just liked more than Celeste, even though I know it was a competitor of the Game of the Year awards from the Game Awards. So it is my list. I mean, I'm weird. I like Fee. 5 or 4 or whatever what it's called. But anyways, let's get on to the next entry. Alright, number 16, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Yeah, so I'm not the biggest fan of the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Not the biggest fan of the Tomb Raider franchise. I've never grew up with the original Tomb Raider games from the PlayStation 1 era. I never have. Literally the biggest Tomb Raider game I've ever played for when it actually was relevant was Tomb Raider, I think Legends or whatever. I think it was called Legends for the 360, like one of the launch title games for the 360 or whatever. Maybe like not launch title, like first year, whatever it's called. It was even on PS2 and whatever. It's the one without a trailer intro thing for the game, which was on the PS2 one. But whatever, regardlessly, that was my first entry. I'm not saying it was the best one. I'm just saying that was my first entry. I did play the reboot one, Tomb Raider, on the PS3. I know it was on PS4 as well, Definitive Edition. I need to own that. I need to go buy that. I did later on get Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider on the 360. On the PS, wow, the Xbox One. It is on 360 too, but I'm on Xbox One. I don't know. I liked it too. I liked both of them, but Shadow of the Tomb Raider is literally the same thing, except it had a little bit better swimming and better graphics, but a little bit explaining, other than like, you know, Tomb Raider, the reboot one was like her getting started, Rise of the Tomb Raider is her knowing what the fuck she's doing, and then, you know, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is like, it's the end of a story, which I appreciate it more because I don't know much about her story, other than the first fucking game because the entry and the whole second game was like, I don't know, like a frozen place. I don't remember, but I liked Shadow of the Tomb Raider because it just had that feel again, that weird feel. I liked about it. So next entry, number 15 is Mario Tennis Aces. Now Mario Tennis Aces, yes, actually they kind of look like actual tennis players, like actual tennis players. I remember the whole controversy of like, oh my god, Luigi, you can see this junk for once or whatever. Like, you can see how big it is. I don't know why the fuck that was the only thing I remember about the game, but they added some DLC characters since then. It's actually got better with some of the patches, and I actually do like it a lot, especially when they released the demo alpha thing. It was like you could play before the game came out, and I actually did play it. It was actually really good. I'm not gonna lie, I really liked it. Again, I don't think it's better than Power Tennis, the one on the GameCube. I liked Tennis Aces. It's a extremely close second. Like, it really is. It probably gets second place for me in Mario Tennis games, but I don't know. It just, Mario Tennis Aces, yeah, it had everything I wanted, except, like, I don't know, it had, like, a few things I feel like Power Tennis was, like, there, and it was missing from Power Tennis, so I have to give it still to Power Tennis from this day. I don't know. There was something. Of course, there's some more characters in Tennis Aces, but Power Tennis I think, is still the one to go for. But you can't go wrong with Tennis Aces, especially if you never played a Mario Tennis game. And I just have it for that reason I'm here alone, because I actually still have fun with the game. I still can't beat Power Tennis because it's super fucking hard when you try to do doubles, or I think it is, or I don't know if it was singles. I don't remember which one I was trying to do, but fuck that game because it's on difficulty. But still, go check out Mario Tennis Aces. I liked it. It wasn't a bad game. So, number 14, The Messenger. Yes, one of the biggest, and I'm doing it, biggest indie games of the year. Yeah, there's some other ones I already said before, like Celeste. I didn't mention this one because I don't think it's on the list, but I have to give it also to Dead Cells because I just liked it. Maybe it is on the list. Who knows? Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm spoiling it for you. Woo! Spoilers. The Messenger, yeah, it reminded me a lot, and I'm gonna say this again, a lot of Ninja Gaiden. I don't know, like, I liked it. I keep saying that for a lot. I liked it, but it's true, I did like it. The Messenger, it's hard. I mean, it shows you, like, you know, what you can improve on. It kind of makes you think of your mistakes and how you can improve on it and what you can do the next time you want to try and do it. But again, I just feel like The Messenger, yeah, it should have been a contender for the Game of the Year, but because I just didn't appreciate all that much more of it, and I'm not that big onto those type of games, but I did like it better than Fi or Fi or 4 or whatever it's called, I had to give it higher on the list because, well, I felt like it did way better than a lot of people probably anticipated because, well, indie games was pretty big this year, especially how Celeste is the Game of the Year from the Game Awards. I keep saying that, but it was really surprising to me. I have to say, The Messenger, you should have been on that list, bro. So maybe I'm not appreciating you that well, but you should have been on the list because, well, I appreciate you just that much more. But again, I suck at your game because I'm just not good. Did I mention it's hard like Ninja Gaiden? If I didn't, go try Ninja Gaiden. Alright, let's get on to the next one. Number 13, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. So this is the one with Persona 4 Arena. EXE Late from In Birth, or Under Birth, I forget what it's called. And Ruby, the hit show anime thing from Rooster Teeth. Which, who knew that was going to make an anime one day? I was very surprised that, you know, they made an anime. It was actually really good. I remember watching the trailer for the first time ever. It was Ruby, of course. Ruby's in the game, you know, she's so cool. Of course, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle was literally all those game franchises and whatever, all those franchises all into one fighting game because, of course, they don't know if they want to make another Persona fighting game or maybe it was another In Birth game. Who knows? Even though they re-released it on the PS4 anyways. And of course, they're going to be making another Blaze Blue game like they'll do all the time. But then there's one thing I never really understood. They didn't bundle it with their other big fighting game. Guilty Gear. Maybe they wanted to just do Blaze Blue. I don't know. Maybe Guilty Gear is just too big of a competitive game, or not Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear. I don't know. But regardlessly, I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I was lucky to find it on the Switch for so cheap and so early because it was like a month, and then I found it pre-owned. It's like, holy shit, someone didn't like it. But the thing is, if you played another fighting game this year, if you know what I'm talking about, it had the same mechanics as that game. Not mechanics, but I mean like the whole hub world, overworld, the whole how you find a fighting matchup and all that. It's like identical. But I have to give it to the other game that's just way up higher on the list. But again, I liked Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. I mean, it was still fun. Yeah, you're tag battling with them. And if you have two players, you can do it all at once. And of course, you can play a lot of the other characters from the other games I don't really know much about. But again, they should have added, like, literally, they should have added just the Guilty Gear franchise. But they didn't. They didn't. But again, I liked it. What can I say? So, that's number 13. Number 12. Oh, you're gonna hate me on this one for a lot of you guys, huh? Monster Hunter World. Now, I'm not pro Jared. I am not pro Jared. 100%. A lot of people are like, that's a good thing, or you should be, or so I don't fucking know. I will give it where it's at. It's either number 11 or number 12. Monster Hunter World, I have to say, for the first time ever in my life, gonna say this for a Monster Hunter game, I actually enjoyed Monster Hunter. This game is actually fucking fun. Fucking, I don't want to say fucking, but it is. I really liked it. It didn't have that whole, like, if you never played Monster Hunter, you're not going to enjoy this game. If you are a newbie, you will actually enjoy this game. It actually tells you how to fucking play. It actually kind of makes it easy for you. It kind of shows how much damage you want to. But if you're a purist from Monster Hunter past versions of the games, you're going to like this game too, because you also give you that version too. Again, I'm not the biggest Monster Hunter fan. I really ain't, but I was playing this for my friends. Basically only my 2 friends that played this game. But I was really only liking it because they were showing me how to play it. I felt like if I didn't have help, I would enjoy it as much as I was this year. I'm still playing it a teeny bit whenever we can on Xbox Live. I do have the PS4 version too. That's how much I like this game, people. I do have the game twice. Okay. But again, I have to say, this is the best Monster Hunter game I've ever played, ever, and I'm hopefully the next Monster Hunter game will just do the game, not saying better, because I mean, this is a really good game. I mean, if they could do it better, oh my god, it's great, that's good, but just as user-friendly and you know, not kid-friendly, more like, you know, entry-level friendly for newbies out there that never played the franchise, again, then yeah, that next Monster Hunter game will really be good. Maybe there could be another Monster Hunter game like Underworld or something. It could be called Monster Hunter World 2 or Monster Hunter World some other subtitle in the game. But still, I enjoyed it for what it is. I was very surprised for Monster Hunter. I would never assume that put Monster Hunter in a top 20 list. None of the doubt ever. I would just assume I would acknowledge it like I did for a few other games this year, like We Happy Few, and I don't know what else I put on there. We Happy Few, Mega Man X Legacy Collection, WarioWare Gold. You get the idea. But I just wasn't expecting that Monster Hunter World's gonna be on this list. I bought another game that day, other than that game that came out that year or this year, but I was not expecting Monster Hunter World. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot about that. This is just how much it really impressed me. Monster Hunter World. Go check it out. It's on PS4 and Xbox One, and I think on Steam. I don't know about that. But there was another Monster Hunter game that came out this year for the Switch, but it came out last year for the Japan, which again I'll honorable mention that because it's not in the list. It is Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. Again, go check that out if you have a Nintendo Switch instead. If not, I don't know, but Monster Hunter World, I have to give it to that game because it just was way out of my expectations. That was really good. Really good. I'm not gonna lie. And by the way, I'm a dual blader in the game, if anyone was curious. I'm a dual blader. I do not shield, okay? I go all in. Alright, let's get on to the next one. Alright, number 11. And yes, this is the pun, and I didn't mean for it to be a pun, but I did actually enjoy it more than Monster Hunter Works. I actually know more about this franchise than that one, and you already know because you're seeing it right now on the screen. It is Mega Man 11. Yep, Mega Man 11 is number 11. I was literally not. So when I was making the list, I didn't even notice it was number 11 until I put it as number 11. I'm like, holy shit, I just made number 11, Mega Man 11. My god. So Mega Man 11, yes, I actually put it up on the list this high because, no, not just because it's number fucking 11, but I actually did enjoy it. I'm not the biggest Mega Man fan in the world. I'm not. You go like tell Shadow Rock, ZX, or whatever, or even Gerard the Completionist, whoever else likes Mega Man, like Rob Man from Happy Console Gamer. But still, I'm not the biggest Mega Man fan. I don't know much about Mega Man. If I do, it's probably like everything that everyone else knows about Mega Man. Like, oh, his sister's name is Roll, and Dr. Light, Dr. Wily, or Willy, or Wowie, or whatever he wants to be called in one game. And you know, there's Axe being his future self, or whatever the hell it is, and then there's or not even future self, but you know what I mean. Nintendo Zero, Proto Man, Bass or Bass or whatever. You know what I mean. So regardlessly, Mega Man 11, I actually had a lot of fun. I actually learned a kind of a cheap trick with the whole what power up is the better one in my personal opinion. Yeah, it's the bubble one or balloon one, whatever it's called. But it's just what I thought. It was really good. I liked it a lot. It felt exactly like the last pure Mega Man games, like it should have been a long time ago. And thank God that Capcom finally brought back Mega Man, which kind of were figuring out was going to be a thing because after they were releasing the legacy collections of all past Mega Man franchises, like the original and also X, which we are kind of hoping for a X9 now, and also if they're going to be a legacy collection for the Legends series, which who knows, I'd love to see that freaking Mega Man Legends 3 someday, Capcom, okay? And also I want to see more Battle Network, even though I don't know if that franchise actually finished 100% or not, but I actually like the Battle Network series. I was part of that generation. And yes, I did watch Mega Man NT Warrior on TV. But regardless, for Mega Man 11, yes, I liked it. It was really good. It still had that Mega Man hard feel of it, which I suck at. I'm not gonna lie, but I appreciated. I was still like that, and of course, I actually had fun with it, trying to figure out what the best combos and whatever you can do. But again, I still love Mega Man 2 because I'm that fucking basic. So let's get on to the next one, which is next video or next list or in a second or two. But once again, here we go. Top 10 games of the year.
I'm not done
Number
yet.
10 is Octopath Traveler for the Nintendo Switch. Yes, this is the biggest RPG game of the year. One of, because I had to put something else up on the list, which it kind of is an RPG, but then it kind of isn't on the way too, but you know what I mean when I get to it. So, brand new RPG, which is not like remastering or anything overall, anything whatsoever. This is the main RPG of the year. This is like the main one. This is the game of the year for me, RPG of the year. Octopath Traveler. I'm not gonna lie, I've only played 2 storylines. I don't remember the one guy's name. That's just like the main swordsman of the game. And then there's Rose. I have to love her story the most. It's pretty dark. It's like my parents was like killed, and now I have to serve as like a prostitute in a way just to give them revenge on my parents and know what's going on. Like, I'm not even joking. As much as I love this game, I am not joking. This is a really intense RPG. Not like intense like rated M for mature, but really intense. Like, it gets to you with the storyline, and the music is fantastic and phenomenal. And oh my god, the graphics, the whole 2D HD graphics, the 2D HD, I think that's what it's called, HD 2D graphics. I don't know what's it called exactly, but I think that's what it's called. They just nailed it. Sorry, annihilated it, if you want to call it. But still, it was fantastic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking amazing. It's really fucking good. Game was just hours and hours and hours on end. But I really was playing it just for the storyline, mostly for Rose, and I haven't finished it, but I was really enjoying it. I'll say that for sure. Go check out Octopath Traveler. And that's his number 10. Number 9, Dead Cells. Yep, so Dead Cells. Oh, if you played Shovel Knight and you know how Dark Souls kind of works, this is a game that you'll be knowing. Dead Cells won my game of the year of this year. Yes, you notice Celeste is not on this list. I didn't have a chance to play Celeste. That's the only reason why it's not on this list. It could have been on the list, but I don't know. Dead Cells, again, if you've never played Dead Cells, it's just, oh my god, how do you explain it? Yeah, it's exactly what I said, but it's like, it's a 2D kind of like Prince of Persia, but you have to kind of kill everyone to get some cells, and that's the only way you can kind of process it. Also get some new weapons and all that, and it's just, think of it like Shovel Knight, but dark and greedy and just Dark Souls, and I guess some Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but I don't know. It's a lot to say, but I really enjoyed it. I think it's game of the year. I almost bought the Switch version, other than I had the PS4 version, but I wanted to trade anything to get the Switch version, but again, I'm weird, so. Anyways, that's just me. Let's get on to number 8. Number 8. Luigi's Mansion 3DS. I just fucking love Luigi's Mansion. It was one of my favorite GameCube games ever. Top 10, 100%. I don't know if it's my number 1 or not. I don't even know what my number 1 is. I never thought about it before, but I really liked Luigi's Mansion. When it came to the sequel, Dark Moon, I love that game too. It wasn't my favorite. I still preferred the first game. I'm happy that the release was one. It still feels like Luigi's Mansion, of course, with a little bit of difference, a teeny bit of difference that you can't really notice. But again, I was really enjoying it. I'm not gonna put it lower on the list because it's a remake of a game that came out back in the GameCube days, or 2001 or 2, whatever it is for you guys. But I enjoyed it. It was really good. It was really fun. I was actually really happy they remastered it. I was not even expecting to remaster it, but didn't make sense because they now announced Luigi's Mansion 3. So we'll wait and see about that. Anyways, number 9. Next entry, whatever. Now, number 7. Yeah, I know it's the game of the year, but it's not the game of the year for me. God of War, other known as Data War or Data Boy. Or Data Boy, or no, I don't know what the hell I was saying, but it was Data War, Data Way. So anyways, Data War, God of War, whatever, the PS4. Yes, I actually was liking it. It was the first time in a long time I actually kind of wanted to invest myself into the God of War franchise. I was playing it day one. I was actually playing it for like at least a week or so. I don't know exactly. I kind of stopped after I don't want to spoil it. Well, it's not even spoiling. You see the serpent in the trailer, so after you see the serpent, I don't know where. I just remember when I finally got there and I saw the serpent, I liked it. I stopped for it again, another reason, I don't know why. And it doesn't even matter how hard I try deep down inside. Regardlessly, I just have to say, it's not my game of the year. I 100% enjoyed it. Yes, the whole idea of changing up God of War, really, I liked it. But the whole thing, when it came out originally, God of War, it just made me think of The Last of Us, which I like The Last of Us a lot. God of War was always this other kind of thing, and now the God of War was like, it's not a bad game. I just really don't think it's the game of the year for me. I just really think it's something else. So I'm not going to say it wasn't a bad idea to change it up with the whole God of War, Kratos and, I forget the damn boy's name. The boy. So, I did think it was different. I liked that, so it was good. So number 6 is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. As much as I like the Pokemon franchise, to me, it could have been like 2 entries higher, maybe 3. Could have been like number 3 or something, I don't know. But the only problem is that it is Pokemon 1 generation. It's generation 1. It's Kanto. It's, red, blue, yellow, leaf green, fire red, whatever you want to say it is. It's a remake of that. Basically, it's yellow, but still. The only thing is I kind of like was, kind of like not as much interested was it played like Pokemon Go, it is connectable, available. I don't know. It can play with Pokemon Go, but the thing is, I wanted a Pokemon game that was, on the Switch, and it feels like an actual traditional Pokemon game, an RPG element, which it is, but the whole catching a Pokemon just kind of like made me like it's too easy. But I just wanted it to be like the original games, just HD graphics on a home console. That would've been fucking amazing. Which that kind of is what we got, but just not as a traditional original game. Yeah, we can still battle the Pokemon, but only like with trainers. We can't battle a wild Pokemon to try to capture it. Just have to kind of base off a Pokeball throw, which is again Pokemon Go. I get that, but again, that was my only gripe. The whole catching a Pokemon and trying to fight Pokemon, and it kind of threw me away. And of course, it kind of made some things easier, and it made some Pokemon different like areas to be caught. Like you never caught a Bellsprout on the first route ever. It was always like Pidgey, Rattata, and I think a Weedle, maybe, I don't know. And you'll find a Mankey like on the route left from Vermilion City or town, or whatever it's called. And you're on the road to Vermilion City. But the Mankey's not there anymore. Now you see it's like the same Pokemon that would be there before, but, there's no Mankey. I don't know, there's some differences you can notice if you're a diehard Pokemon fan from Generation 1, but I just feel like if they had the whole, we could still battle with wild Pokemon and try to just fight for HP other than to try to catch them all the time to get HP. I think that would be, I like that better, but it's not. So I'm just saying that. But again, I did put it up to the top 10 list. I'm still enjoying the game 100%. I think I barely beat Misty, so I'm not that far in the game. But regardlessly, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is number 6. Alright, number 5. Here we go. Top 5 is Dragon Ball Fighters. I'm not even shitting you. If you know my whole history of Dragon Ball Fighters this year, Dragon Ball Fighters is most likely my number 1 online multiplayer game of the year. Why? Because I've been playing Dragon Ball Fighters on the PS4 for 2 months. I switched over to the Xbox One version of Dragon Ball Fighters, and I was owning the shit out of that. And then when they finally released a patch to make all our characters pass, was it, I forget what it was past, God or Frieza clan or whatever. After they passed our Super Saiyan 2, I forget what the highest rank was at the time. After you got past that rank, it's even higher than before. I was like, I'm going to try again, but at that point, they kept releasing DLC characters, which I got out of because the DLC characters were always broken. Bardock, so I keep saying that weird to me. Broly, Android 17, Cooler. Some of these characters were just getting too overpowered, even if you didn't have the DLCs or you didn't want the DLCs. But yet, the original characters were still fine, but they were weaker than the overpowered DLC characters, which everybody kind of played them more, especially with like Super Vegito Blue, which, you know, was kind of crazy. Because, yeah, if you're like super talented, super fucking great, the best player in the world, yeah, you could beat all these characters, or maybe the guy's sucky as hell, or maybe you know what you're doing with the same characters like you've been doing it for all the damn time, like myself, but yet you still can't fucking win. So, I mean, I had a lot of like fun times, especially playing the story mode, playing online, but the thing is, it also kind of pissed me off a lot of times. I was trying to just win my best characters ever, which mine were Trunks, Goku Black, and Frieza, and I knew how to do every single combo other than kind of like, the only combos I still kind of don't know how to do as well is the like charge. You kind of go up to the air, you keep making go higher and higher, and then you kind of like spike them to the ground, and you kind of get down there, you kind of like jump in the air, and you kind of grab them, and you kind of do your little thing, and then you do it again, and then you can do another like attack into it, and also you can do your final attack, your ultimate move, whatever it's called. So there's a bunch of combos I know how to do, but like that weird one, I don't know, I always kind of messed around with it. It was kind of weird for me, but still, that game, I loved it. The story mode was kind of bleak, other than learning about Android 21, but the whole like how many times you have to fight an evil version of Goat Tanks or freaking Majin Buu or whatever, it got kind of annoying, kind of old, whatever. Kid Buu, you fucking suck. But it was the same thing, kind of old really fast. So yeah, I really like Dragon Ball Fighters, and that was literally the number 1 anime fighting game, and or not fighting game of the year, but anime game of the year for me. Alright, number 4. Alright, number 4 is Spyro Reignited Trilogy. It is the highest trilogy on this list, and I wasn't even going to put it on this list because there's a trilogy. Usually I don't do that. I usually don't. Some I do on special occasions. But like, I did 2.8 one year because I had like 0.2 Fragmentary Passage, but if I sleep on there because it was a brand new game technically, so I threw it on there. But basically, Spyro Reignited Trilogy has no brand new games at all, but it's remaking the first game ever, which for me, that was the game I grew up with, Spyro the Dragon. There's other people that's only played like random ones like 2 and 3 and not 1, or it was 1 and 3 and not 2, or 1, 2 and not 3. It was something like that. For me, it was just 1. I grew up with Crash Bandicoot, with mostly all of them, except I didn't really care about the first game. I just liked 2 and 3 the most, and I played Spyro Dragon, the first one, the most. So, I'm weird. It was kind of vice versa for me on that one. Maybe some other people differently, but who knows. For Spyro Dragon, again, I'm loving what they did with it. I don't hate it at all. It's just perfect for what it is. I am super glad with it, except for one thing, Toys for Bob, Activision. Why do I have to download the patch just so I can play Year of the Dragon and Ripto's Rage, or whatever it is in Europe that's called as well? Why do I have to download a patch to download those games on the disc? Shouldn't they just be on the disc, or can you just not get a second disc on there? I mean, I don't get that. That's one thing we all didn't get. We delayed the game for 2 months and you couldn't do that anyways? That didn't make sense for me. Especially that Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was all on one disc. And a cartridge for the Switch. And yet you can't do that for Spyro. What the hell, Activision? What the actual hell? That's my only gripe. I really like Spyro Reunited Trilogy, so that's why it's at number 4. Because now I can actually enjoy Ripto's Rage and Year of the Dragon for the first time ever. Or I can actually go back to the PS1 games and appreciate those more, and then go back to the remakes and appreciate them even more than that. So anyways, let's get into my top 3 of the year. Alright, number 3 is Shadow of the Colossus. I am not even joking you. When I was personally shocked in my own head, I'm like, am I really putting Shadow of the Colossus this high up? Because here's why. I never really played Shadow of the Colossus until I played the PS3 version of the game. And that was like 3 years ago, because I wanted to do it on a certain event called the Summer Backlog Challenge, is when you play a certain amount of games for the whole summer to see if you can beat them or not. It's just a fun little thing I do every year. And Shadow of the Colossus was one of those games I actually tried, and I did succeed, thanks to my friend Mr. Magna Ragnarok, and including a little bit of Jazawato, Connor and Jordan, that, you know, helped with the game, and I 100% enjoyed it that much more, so thank you. I was surprised that Shadow of the Colossus was up this high. I mean, yeah, just come to think of it, if you're just a guy taking down some colossi, and you just want to save your girlfriend or wife or whatever, so she can come back to life and, like, you know, screw the devil or evil or whatever it is, realistically. And it's a fun game. It's a fun game. I mean, it's that fun. I just didn't realize it was number 3. I didn't realize it was number 3. And I'm like, and I had to rethink my whole list. I'm like, wait, am I really putting this game again up this high in my head? I'm like, yeah, I do think it's better than God of War still, you know, remaking it. I mean, yeah, I don't usually put remakes this high up. I don't. That's why I just felt weird putting it on number 3. I'm like, should I put it lower because it's a remake? But I'm like, no, it's just, remake-wise, this is the best remake of the year. Shadow of the Colossus for the PS4. I can't not tell you it's not. For me, it is. It's the best remake of the year. Please go check out Shadow of the Colossus on the PS4. If not, PS3 and PS2. However you want to play it, it's fucking good. It's really good. Now, here we go for number 2 and 1. Okay, number 2. Oh, you're gonna take this one as a weird one. Alright, number 2 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I kind of thought this will be my number 1. But then again, everyone knows how the Smash Bros. Plays out. This one does have story mode, but it doesn't have like an intense story mode that, like, oh my god, I wonder what's gonna happen. Like, it kind of obvious what's gonna happen. It's not like as big as Subspace Emissary. It really isn't from Brawl. But Smash Bros. Ultimate, yes, for me, it's the best fighting game of the year. It's the best. Not saying Nintendo, even though there's basically a lot of other Nintendo games on this year, but I mean, I did love this game a lot. If not Pokemon, I don't know. But for me, it's like the game of the year. But it's not. It's only number 2. It's only number 2. And then when I was on my top 5, when I was making this list, I was like, maybe this is number 1. It's like, no, it doesn't feel like number 1. It's like, maybe this is it. No, and I'm like, maybe, I don't know. And then, like, I was just rethinking all 5 candidates, and I'm like, I know what number 1 is. I know what number 1 is. And Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's not number 1. It would be really 100% a first number 1, but it's not. I'm just glad it's on the top 5, because, again, it's fun. I have some little nitpicks. I'm like that good into Smash Bros. I'm not the best player in the world or anything like that. I'm good for what I like to play in main, like Yoshi, Sonic, Fox, Falco, Zero Suit Samus, you know, Young Link, Pokemon Trainer, which used to be Charizard for me, so, you know, a bunch of Pokemon like that, or Pokemon, a bunch of characters like that. But yeah, Ultimate is, well, the ultimate way to play Smash Brothers. Alright, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from everywhere on YouTube, wherever you live, my number 1 is Marvel's Spider-Man. Yup. Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spider-Man for the PS4. I am so shocked in my mind. Not saying this game sucks. I mean, it's my number one. I just didn't picture this really being my number one. I mean, my number one, I feel like would have been Smash, would have been Dragon Ball Fighters, would maybe have been like God of War, maybe like Octopath or something, but not Spider-Man. I don't know why. It didn't click to me. I mean, yeah, for me, it actually 100% makes sense because it's my list, but it's just like when you realize it's your number one, you were like, wow, it's number one. And for everyone who was watching this list hoping it would be Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't fucking like Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm just going to point out, I don't like Western games at all. I mean, there's some I kind of enjoy because they're Western themed, but they're kind of not Western at all. Like Wild Guns and Sunset Riders. I like those games, but they're Western, yeah, but they're not like Western, you know? So, Red Dead, I have to give it an honorable mention, but I'm not putting it on my list. It's just not for me. Marvel Spider-Man, I mean, I love Spider-Man. It's my number one Marvel franchise of all time. Batman's my favorite DC franchise of all time. I don't know everything about Spider-Man. I don't. Same with Batman, I don't. But I just enjoyed this. I'm a big fan of Spider-Man games. I played the first game, I played the second game, I played some of the third, I played Friends of Foe, I played Web of Shadows, played Edge of Time, played some of Shattered Dimensions, I played the Super Nintendo, you know, like Maximum Carnage, Separation Anxiety on Genesis. You know, I played a lot of these Spider-Man games throughout the past. I didn't play the ones on 64 and PlayStation 1. I skipped that generation for some reason. But I just loved it. I just loved Spider-Man. It was really that fun for me. Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4. It was really that great. And I'm not even done with the game. I'm not. And of course, there's DLC like the night of something. I don't know what's called. But the night whatever. And there's the Catwoman stuff. I get that. I'm just enjoying the game. I don't even know how the game ends. I don't. And that's something I'm straight up not wanting to listen to anyone. I knew how Smash was going to end. Trust me, I knew how Smash was going to end like a week before the game launched. But I didn't care to like not know. So I was like, I don't care. But Spider-Man, yeah, I cared like 100% the whole time. I still don't know how to end it all to this day. All I know is I've been told that they hint a sequel. That's all I know. But I didn't realize that Marvel Spider-Man was going to be my game of the year. So if you don't have a PS4, go sell your Xbox One and go get a PS4. Did anyone see that meme back in the day? It was so funny. It's like, what was it? Was it Nike? It's like, just do it. Like, you know, like that whole like controversy with Nike's like, just do it, even if it means getting rid of your Xbox to play Spider-Man or something like that. I don't know. I had it. It was a funny ass fucking photo. I don't know, I probably still have it on my phone somewhere, but still, it was really good. Anyways, regardlessly, that's my game of the year. I know this list takes longer than usual, but I just wanted to highly recommend and explain every single entry as much as possible, why they're in certain spots. So, again, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys all for the next videos I make, and also I'll see you guys all for next year's top 10 game of the years. I've always wanted to make this top 10, just 10, but it's always hard for me, and I always make up like 20 to 30. So once again, I'll see you guys off for the next one, right? Bye!
Chaos Control!